WOOL, this is RF from the Country Lunch Show. Hello, who am I talking to?
Hey, this is Jerry. How you doing?
Pretty good. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine, thanks.
I noticed you've been doing a lot of music this winter. Is it because it's cold out there, or what?
Well, yeah, that would have a lot to do with it, huh? It was cold, wasn't it? Yeah, I went down, what, 4 last night, 4 below? No, it was the night before. I'm losing track. But, we had a pretty cool winter.
Hey, I got some predictions for the future. Maybe I want to get some comments from you and see what you think. I know you like to talk about things like that. And how about this for a prediction? Gigatron scale CO2 removal will help reverse climate change, while humanity will do everything possible to stop emitting more carbon into the atmosphere. It will also do everything it can in order to remove historic CO2 from the air permanently. By becoming widely accessible, the demand for CO2 removal will increase and costs will fall. CO2 removal will be scaled up to a gigaton level and will become the responsible option for removing unavoidable emissions from the air. Do you think they're going to do that?
Well, you know what? They might want to have a talk with the volcanoes.
Why is that?
Well, don't they put a lot of that?
Yeah, what they blame mostly our cars.
Yeah, but they ain't gonna. I don't know. Well, yeah, you can clean the atmosphere. By burning the fuel within the air, you can do that. But it wouldn't be a bad idea. But it's going to take a lot more than what they want to do. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, they say they're predicting that for the future. How about I got a prediction? Maybe this would be a little bit easier to work on. I mean, you know me, I'm kind of into futuristic things here. How about hover shoes? You know what hover shoes are?
How about what?
Hover shoes.
Hover shoes. Oh, hover shoes.
Yeah, people will wear shoes that fly. People won't walk down the street. They will hover skate from place to place, lean forward to go forward, lean backwards to go backwards.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I mean, if Michael J. Fox can do it, why can't we do it?
Yeah, right. Cool, huh? That would be a cool idea, yeah. The hovercraft. Yeah, just put them on your shoes.
I was talking to Jim, and one of the things we talked about was that they're going to have flying houses in the future. They'll be autonomous, won't need water hookups or electricity hookups or stuff like that. They'll just be able to fly anywhere they want around the planet.
Well, we could do that. Put a couple of power packs on your back and just fly away all day.
Probably.
Take your suits, and put solar panels on your suits, and you put some batteries and a belt around your belt, and heck, a lot of things you can do, and use the sun's energy and power your batteries or whatever you want to use in your belt. Or you could use uranium. Hell, use uranium. You'll be flying forever. I can see that.
How about this one? Closing the wealth gap. Money and stratification. As a result, historically, wealth management has been out of reach for those who need it most. Artificial intelligence is improving at such a speed that the strategies employed by these financial advisors will be accessible via technology and therefore affordable for the masses.
Well, I'd rather have the robots do all the work anyway. I'm getting tired I too. Got to work all day. You got to work in the factories just to make the robots, all the parts you need. And now the robots can do all the work. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to live in paradise. That's what we're going to do.
Well,
There ain't going to be no there'll be no more slavery anymore. No more getting up early in the morning, going to that factory all day, and you can take a vacation for the rest of your life, fly all over through the universe. If you want an apple, take it off the tree. It's free. That's the way I want to go. Now, that would be paradise. No money anymore. We wouldn't need it, right? Think about it. Okay, here we go. We're going to go to Mars, and then you got to bring money up there. I don't know. Do you want to bring money up on Mars? I wouldn't do it.
No.
Because...
Unless you play poker.
Well, yeah, you can play with paper money. I mean, that'd be fun. Well, no, we won't get rid of it, for that. I mean, but we can still have fun and use it as, paper money, and you know what I mean? But that'd be all right. But then again, we do have checker games and things like that and card games on computers, But I still like to play hands on hands when you're playing cards. I don't know about you.
Well, I don't know if I trust this closing the wealth gap. It's another internet. It's like Bitcoin. I got Bitcoin, but it never gets past $2. It goes up to almost $2, and then comes right back down to $1. And I've had Bitcoins in the past. When it first started, they gave me 3 Bitcoins to go mining and around the internet, like using coupons or something, and going to sites. But they stole them from me when Bitcoin got to a high level. It didn't exist anymore. So I don't know if I trust closing the wealth gap. There's always going to be a huge gap between the rich and, the little guys who've got to learn to live without money. I guess that's the way we do it, right?
Well, it won't be long, that we won't be needing money anymore. And we're going to go into a system where, like I said, it's... I'm just kind of leery, though, who's going to be in charge of it. That's what scares me.
Well, here's another scary part. You're talking AI, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, it is so AI today, like I think we've talked about this. YouTube, you can't talk to a human.
Oh, I know. I got to that point.
Yeah.
It's gone too far there, yeah, I know. Well,
and one of the future predictions is humans not allowed. The AI-only web, where AI only talks to itself and will not talk to humans.
Well, that's a good idea, and it's a bad idea. But I can understand why. That's a very logical thing, right?
Well, I don't know. That's kind of...
Well, think about it. Okay, all right, say AI is perfect. Okay, we'll say it's perfect. It runs accordingly. And it can build itself, we don't have to build her. Now, as far as our world out in space, it's a lot different as far as what humans do. We don't have to work. The cars take you where you got to go. I mean, if you want to go to Mars, well, all you do is get in your car and on the way you go. Like I said, if you use uranium, I'm saying, in your suits, to fly, around here you can. It's good for out in space. I think putting nuclear, nuclear plants on a planet was the wrong thing to do. I mean, I know it's clean energy now, but God forbid if we ever have an earthquake and where these babies are going to go, it's going to contaminate, man, contaminate big time. So I'd kind of focus on that. But we can put them in our cars, we put them in our suits. We want to go fly or whatever, you know what I mean? What do you think?
I have no idea. I'm not an energy buff. I mean, as far as energy goes, here's one of mine. I think we got to go more into stuff that is not from this planet. It's going to be from very far out that we're going to find. It's going to be power cells and stuff of the future. Like there's going to be such a thing as a positive and negative collector reactor. In other words,
yeah. Well, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Sorry.
based on the yin yang, because the yin yang exists, yin and yang,
Yeah.
AI will develop a filter that takes positive energy and negative forces, evil and negative things, bad forces, and turns it into a neutral energy or an energy source called Tao.
Well, the thing I worry about AI is that what if it thinks like human beings are just not any different than a blood cell, or an insect, What if it goes in that direction?
I don't think it will go that way at all. It'll think of itself as has to control, and nobody else can control it but AI. It's like a website has to do its job. It's like you can't tell it how to run its business. You can't tell anything how to run their business because it's not yours, and that's the identity it will assume. So it's very dangerous. Very dangerous.
Well, yeah.
Very
I don't know.
dangerous as Pringle Perk politicians. You know what a Pringle Perk is?
Yeah, politician.
Pringle
Yeah.
Perk. A Pringle Perk is a right-wing conservative thinker,
Right.
and what they
Well-
do is they come up with an idea, and they throw it in. The idea they throw it in their speeches. They throw it in the Senate, and watch it perk up. See what happens with it. Not that it means anything to them. They just kind of throw it in there like a zonker and see what happens. Well, we're going to change the world. Yeah, everybody talks. Yeah, we're going to change the world. Yep.
Hey, I like to let people think about this and see what they come up for an answer. You're saying about the Big Bang Theory, but space is what, a big womb? Where did the energy come from? Where did the water come from? No water, no energy, no energy, no water, no matter, no energy. What? You got to have one. You can't have one without the other. You can't have fire without water. So how did it begin? There's something for them to think about. I know they don't have time to think about it because they're banging their heads up against the wall
There's
to
two,
survive.
I see you can look at it as two ways. It's God's creation, and we're just finding stuff in it. Or we are part of God ourselves, and it's called creationism. We're creating life as we go along and expanding.
Well, ever since I was a kid, I always thought about it. I never erased it from my mind. The Big Bang, yeah, I go along because of the world of evolution. I go along with it. About without a woman, there's not a child. Without a man, there's not a child. So, where did that first seed come from is what I want to know. How did it get into an empty space? If there was nothing there. So I think that's where Einstein said, hey, sorry, people, you can think what you want, but there's something there. What it is, I do not know. All I know is matter, no energy, no energy, no matter. So try to figure it out. Where did that first seed get into a space of darkness that's been there for eternity? It's been there forever. So how is this possible? So I want to know. I want someone to explain that to me. I want them to put it down in mathematics somehow. Write it down, put it in letters, numbers, explain it. Because somebody's got to get it across to a human being to explain to them where we came from.
Yeah, give us a call here at 802-732-8384 and explain it to us. Yeah. What's your theory on it?
Right, cool. I like to know. 'Cause I'm sure I'm not the only one that thinks about it.
Well, it's
No.
the question to be answered.
Yeah, I think we all do think about it often, but we just can't accept it. That's the problem. It's hard to accept. They can't see it. They're blind to it, because they can't figure it out. They just said, oh, no, okay, it was that Big Bang Theory, and here we all are, okay. But I want to know where that first seed came from, and no one can answer that. No one. Not even I can't. I don't have an answer. I wish I did. I can tell everybody, hey, I found the formula. Now we all can do it. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. sooner or later, maybe somebody will figure it out, and then we'll have the answer. I don't know if Einstein had it or not, but I think he didn't have the answer either. No, if as smart as or intelligent, where he got his intelligence from, whatever school he went to, became, a genius there to figure out uranium and all, how to make not the bomb, if you will, but making something of energy, they can try to make it clean, but then again, I wouldn't use it on the planet. I don't want to use them maybe in cars or something, or, use them in ships, out there in space or whatever, but I wouldn't put them there, on fault lines. Would you?
I don't even know if I can go that way. No, I only have my little show here, and I play my music and write songs, and I know you've been having fun with the song I wrote. I think you kind of overdid it. I have older versions of that I really like, but I noticed you've done some other songs too. That like you gotta save me a copy of that song that I listened to the other day. That's super. I like that song. What's the name of that?
Oh, A Girl Like You.
Yeah, that's the song.
I Need a Girl Like You.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
know?
Hey.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you gotta let me go. I gotta get out of the studio here for today.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, all right.
Things like that. Thanks for calling, and we'll get together again in the future, okay?
Yeah, all right. See you later.
Okay, you have a good day.
Yeah, you too. Bye.